Niantic confirms Pokemon Go's new avatars are here to stay. To give you the short and skinny as to why this right here is a topic worth discussing, when Niantic made that infamous update in regards to the avatars, people were not happy with them. And despite the negative feedback and pushback when it came to the avatars update, it sounds like Niantic is once again doubling down on this. But let's go ahead and let's explore a little bit deeper. Pokemon Go's avatar changes prompted a vitriolic response from the fanbase, but don't expect the old system to be returned anytime soon. The live service nature of Pokemon Go means that it's constantly in flux, with new content updates and revisions to existing features. Naturally, this means that players often express disdain for one change or another, regardless of how minor or insignificant it is. Now, just from reading those few sentences right there should already put into perspective what we're dealing with here. Like, even if you're not too familiar with this topic revolving around Niantic and Pokemon Go, the fact that players often express disdain for one change or another, that right there is not good, and it sounds like a ton of mismanagement and pretty much a one-sided affair when it comes to the relationship between Niantic and their player base. No aspect of Pokemon Go has received more backlash in 2024 than the Avatar update, and need I remind you, the backlash was insane, which overhauled the visuals for player character models. The changes to body shape and clothing drew criticism across the fanbase, especially as it altered items people had paid for. And to put a little bit more of a finer point on things, this update right here was absolutely trash. Like, the clothing items that fit the old models of the avatars were not fitting very well when it came to the updated avatars. You had clothing items that didn't look right. You actually had clipping when it came to the avatar itself and the clothing items. You had the fact that they removed the male and female gender when it came to the options, and there was so much wrong with the update that, in my honest opinion, that it's very, very hard to find positives. It's hard to find rights when it comes to the update. Now, don't get me wrong here. I understand what they were trying to do here. I understand the intention. It's to make things more inclusive and diversify when it comes to the options that players have for their avatars, you know, because the avatars are kind of like an extension of the players in a way, if you want to take it to that extreme right there and make it so that your avatar kind of matches you, but in-game. So while I understand the intent, the impact was completely and utterly atrocious. Fans had one hope remaining, that Niantic would implement an option to use the old avatars. Honestly, wouldn't be that bad of an idea there, Niantic. Unfortunately for now, it seems this won't come to pass, as confirmed by Pokemon Go director Michael Steranka in an interview with Esports. According to Steranka, the team is all in on the new avatars, and that right there, ladies and gentlemen, seals it when it comes to them once again doubling down on a controversial decision. One of the feedbacks we saw was around wanting the original avatars for some players, Steranka said, and some of the things we did to adjust the various options or to give players opportunities to manually get a little bit closer to what those original avatars look like. It's not a one-to-one for sure, but I do think if that's what you're really interested in there are options available for you to get close to that equally. Well, I will say Steranka is correct in one thing out of that whole statement there. It's definitely not a one-to-one, okay? The original avatars versus the new current avatars are night and day, in my opinion. I would much rather have the old avatars back. At least those actually looked somewhat normal. This news will be a blow to fans who want a return to the old days of Pokemon Go. There was hope that the changes would be rolled back, or that there would be an option to switch between them. After all, the Team Rocket Go members still use the old designs, so why not maintain parity across all characters? And honestly, that's a valid thing to ask here. Like, if I'm gonna be honest here, I think that we can settle this whole thing with one simple little solution: allowing for players to switch between the old style of avatars and the new style of avatars. But then again, it is Niantic, and they don't like to do things the easy and logical way as history dictates. But let's keep going here. Steranka had previously mentioned that the Pokemon Go team had been listening to fan feedback over the avatar situation. Bullshit on that. I'm just gonna say it right now, Niantic hardly ever listens to feedback, okay? That feedback hasn't done much to sway the game's direction, as the response was one of the few times the audience was united in their dislike over something. As it stands, Pokemon Go lovers will have to learn to live with their new avatars, or at least tolerate them whenever they're on the screen. Like, that's just sad right there, you know what I'm saying? Like, why is it that the remainder of the Pokemon Go player base continue to subject themselves to Niantic and their negligence and their turn the other cheek type of method when it comes to people giving valid feedback on things? Learning to live with the new avatars is like learning to live with, yet again, another bad Niantic decision at the expense of the players' enjoyment and feedback. Like, I'm still amazed that Pokemon Go has managed to stay relevant for over 8 years, despite Niantic and their buffoonery. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, these right here are just my own observations, takes, and opinions on the matter. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree with my takes, or do you guys disagree with my takes? Either way, I always love hearing back from you amazing legends in the comments down below. And that's it for the video, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you for your time as well in viewing this video. Have yourself a damn good one, you beautiful people. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Remember to always stay humble and avoid sewing it up like a Wojak. I'll be seeing you guys next time.